What's up, all my stock market investors? It's Shadai, and I'm back again with another market update video. And you know I'm always using Cashapp. That's who I've been loyal to, and that's who I would recommend. And no, this is not a sponsored video. Now, the markets are getting crazy. They up, they down, they down, they a little bit up, and we're going to get into some stocks, but I want to make one thing very, very clear before we get there. For all my new investors, I'm going to try to break this down a little bit more simpler. So this is kind of what the market has been doing in some sense, shape, or form, right? And I would say I was a person that I started figuring out everything around here. And I'm going to do this kind of a basketball analogy because, I understand basketball very well. And I feel like basketball is an easy concept for everybody to understand. But before we get to the analogy, some of us have bought in here. Some of us have bought in here. Some of us have bought in here. Right? Some here. Maybe some here. Which is all good. And I got to put this in a way that you guys can see what I see. Because I'm not going to give you investment advice. I just want you to see what I see. And what I see is good buying opportunity if you're here for the long term, right? Now, I have a buddy. We hit here the other day, right? And I had a friend call me and say, I think I'm going to sell soon as the prices get back up to where I bought them. I'm going to sell. And I was like, man, you haven't even been in the market for a year, and you ditching out. You haven't even. Here's the basketball analogy, right? Because we want to wait until it does that, right? Can't really see that. We want to wait till it goes like that, right? And my guy's quitting at halftime. He's quitting at halftime. He's a halftime quitter. The coach got to put him on the bench at halftime, right? If you can't make it to the fourth quarter of this game, you shouldn't be playing. Because in order to last in this game, you need to be able to play all 4 quarters. So if you ain't got enough breath, or in this case, money, to make it through all 4 quarters, then you shouldn't be playing this game. Go take a seat go get in the stands, man. Go get in the stands and just continue watching videos, because this game is not for you, unfortunately, right? You can't decide. You can't get in any of these spots and say you're going to give up here. You must be patient. You must wait it out. Do your own research. The market has forever and always recovered and done better when it did recover. And that's, do pure research, you can find that out, right? This market's backed by the government. And everybody knows good business equals good economy, right? You have to have patience, and you have to be able to withhold and make it to the fourth quarter. It's going to be rough. And that's why I'm always recommending to diversify. See, you're not supposed to put everything you got into this at this point, because let's say if it takes 5 years, that means you ain't going to have no money for 5 years. You got to be smart about it. You diversify and you put a portion of your money, whatever chance you get right now, to buy in that little dip. That's what you have to do in order to make something happen. But you have to understand that it's going to take time. That time can be 2 years. That time can be 1 year. That time can be 5 years. That time can be 10 years. Research shows that if you buy over time, shares, right? Now, I'm not saying buy, and I've said this in the past, but I'm just reminding you guys, I'm not saying buy one share for 40 different companies. I'm saying do some research and dig down into 4 to 5 companies and start to stock up on shares. It doesn't have to be every day. I think that every week for the next few months is going to give buying opportunity, especially here's when this is what I see when it's happening. Every week is going to be a buying opportunity from Friday to Monday. Friday or Monday, you're going to see opportunity because going into Friday, there's always going to be some more news into the weekend that's going to come out on Monday, which is going to add more fear, right? This market right now is being driven by fear, not by actually what is happening, although a lot of crazy things are happening, but it's really being driven by fear. No one knows what's going to happen, right? I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is through research that when the market gets fearful like this, it eventually recovers. I mean, you can Google that and find that out. Like that's just that one's very simple. And you know, I recommend so many different stocks to everyone. And every listen, you got to think about how much stupid materialistic things that you spend money on a day to day, on a year to year, and in order to make it in this, you got to be able to have patience because you're trying to build something. And that's why you diversify though, because it can go wrong. I'm not sitting here saying like I ain't got no losses in my portfolio right now. I got losses in my portfolio, but I also got wins in my portfolio right now. And some of my wins have been companies that I have recently mentioned. And, you know, I said I was going to buy last week and I bought. I bought in on, actually, I think I bought in on Monday, you know, and I'm gonna continue stacking up. I got out of my 5 companies right now, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm still uh toning my 5 down, and I think that's all right. I don't think there's a problem with that because you're doing research. So I got a handful of companies that I'm investing in, but I'm like I have more shares in 5 companies. Like I'm trying to get more shares in 5 companies, and then through research, I'll figure out what the last 5 will be, pretty much. I'm dabbling in more than 5, but I'll tone it down. You know, Sooner or later, I'm gonna tone it down. I've already toned 2 down, so I got 2 companies that I really, really believe in, and I've shared them with you guys. If you want to know which ones those are, I will just let me know in the comments and we could talk about it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, right? Because I need a new setup, man. This setup is it's the ghetto setup, but it's alright. We're gonna get there. Once these stocks clear through for me, we're gonna get there, right? Now, I obviously couldn't. Y'all know the phone's always going off in the videos. I honestly couldn't, leave this video without giving y'all some of my watch list stocks. And some I've mentioned before, but some that you need to stay away from, which I won't agree with Kramer. Kramer said that you should stay away from the airlines industry, and I will stand by. Maybe not all the airlines, but I've mentioned a few in the past videos that will make it through. Right? I'm gonna talk about it. I don't care. I'm gonna speak about it again. JetBlue, they have a great looking balance sheet, and the balance sheet is something that's so important, especially with this recession coming, because it is coming, people. And because we're just being scared into the recession. People are gonna, it may not be a long recession, but people will stop spending like they used to for a little bit of time. And obviously we all know what happens when that happens. A recession happens, people will decide to not spend their money or just invest it in things that actually matter. So with that being said, JetBlue has a great looking balance sheet. They won't need no help from the government. You can do your own research. They won't need to be bailed out by nobody. They have been very, very prepared since the airline shakeup from 9/11. They have been extremely prepared, and they know how to run a company, and they are ready for whatever. That's how we say it where I'm from. They're ready for whatever. So that's a company, strong balance sheet. They're gonna make it through. the tech, you got to be careful, but if you got the money, I think Apple's at a cheap price right now. Google, which they're called Alphabet, at a nice fair price right now. Though I mean, the Alphabet's pretty expensive, but Qualcomm. I've spoke about Qualcomm already, and I listen. Even myself, I'm slacking on Qualcomm like that. They're the leaders in 5G. No one's even thinking about 5G right now because this all these fairs and oils and everything, all the news, like they got every like people done forgot about 5G like it wasn't around the corner. But another great opportunity, Walmart. Man, they're gonna be making some great announcements soon. If they haven't fully came out publicly and stood behind them yet because of all the crazy news that's going on. I heard of a new one. I had to pull my phone off for this new one that I heard. Also, gold, man. Barrett Gold, I was talking about them back in January. Great balance sheet. Do your research. You'll find that out very, very simple. The SPDR Gold Trust, those are the EFT goals. Can always look into that for gold. Cisco, which I mean they have international, but Coca-Cola, the health. Try to get into the health industry. What else? What else we got? Stay away from the banks. Stay away from the retails. Even Tesla's on discount right now. Microsoft, Nvidia, Facebook's on sale. Oh man, Facebook is on sale. Wow. Um, I think that these should all be eye openers. Eye openers for real. And I can go on for days. We can, I love talking with you guys back and forth in the comments. Let me know, like, let's talk about it. Utilities. I've spoken about utilities before. Just stay away from the risky stuff, right? Or just keep in mind you want to be looking at these balance sheets, and all that is nothing but a Google search. Y'all know how to Google everything else, right? Google whatever company that you looking at, Google their balance sheet, and look if they owe a lot of money, right? Think about it. If we go into a recession, like say you have your money tied up in some natural gas, like I do. Say you have your money tied up in some natural gas, like I do. Now, thankfully for me, I don't have a lot of money tied up in natural gas, right? And let's say this oil stuff, this natural, let's just say, I'm not saying this is the case, but let's just say that the natural gas company, I have all my money in it, and this company that I have all my money in has a lot of debt. There's an oil war. If the oil company I'm invested in or the natural gas company that I'm invested in can't pay their debt, that means eventually the company is going to file for bankruptcy. So that is not good for you nor for me, right? So if a company has a good balance sheet, which means their debt is low, they got cash sitting on the side waiting for whatever, like JetBlue is, they're not going to need no help. I think the reality is the government will be bailing somebody out. What industry is it going to be? You could take a guess, but if your company that you're invested in doesn't need the government to get by, you done made it, baby. You just got to wait it out. You done made it. You just got to wait it out and see how it all plays out. All right? So don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I hope anybody that was watching has learned something. I try to break it down because I don't want you guys to have these fears, man. The news is they scaring y'all into staying broke. It's crazy. I never thought I'd see it, but I'm watching it happen. I didn't really believe it, but I'm watching it happen, and they're trying to scare us broke. But I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm gonna be here for y'all to give y'all my realistic perspective and what I'm doing, so that a couple years from now, handful of years from now, we sitting on riches, baby. We gonna enjoy the riches, because while everybody was fearful, We came in and we did our thing. All right. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night, and feel free to share what you looking at in on your watch list in the comments so that we can all learn, we can all talk, and that's the best way for us to improve. All right. So have a great night, y'all. Peace.